How's it going, my amazingly bizarre people? We're back with another video on Bleach Rebirth for Souls, but today we're going to be talking about whether they're going to be adding the Visored group into the game's base roster or not. But before we hop into the conversation, go ahead and leave a like and subscribe and tell me what you think down in the comments below. We've been covering Bleach Rebirth for Souls a lot on the channel because we're all so excited for it. So if you're also excited for the game, go ahead and subscribe because we're going to be continuing to cover this game as time continues to progress. Now, hop into the conversation. I made a video like a day or two ago on the fact that there's most likely only going to be 35 characters in this game's base roster, which I don't have a problem with it being 35, and it seems like most people don't have a problem with that either because a lot of comments on that video was talking about how it was quality and not quantity, which I couldn't agree more. I couldn't agree more. Now, I do believe the last 5 characters of the game's base roster is going to be the last 5 members of the Espada that we have not seen yet. That's what I think is most likely going to happen. I could be wrong. I could be right, but who really knows? Now, if we're talking about in this scenario, just for the sake of this video, let's agree that the last 5 members are gonna be the Espada. Now, if we're talking about characters that they could add into the game's base roster after the Espada, I'm thinking the only real characters we have is the Visored group. That's about it. But sorry, I lost my train of thought for a good minute right there, so I had to make a cut, but we're back. I believe I was saying if the Visor group is going to be added into the game, they're most likely going to be added into the game as DLC, but the problem with that is that, as we know, we only get 4 slots for DLC characters in this game for like each season pass, so we're going to have to pick and choose what members of the Visor group we really want into the game, which is something I have done already. I have preemptively, picked my 4, which I think, this guy, he can be taken out. He could be taken out or and put in with someone else. Really, really. Maybe this guy. Matter of fact, yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna take him out and put in this guy. Yeah, I'm liking that. I'm liking that. So these are my 4 characters who I not even who I think, but who I want to be DLC characters if they're gonna add the Visor group in as DLC. But now back to the base game roster discussion. Now I don't think they're gonna be added into the base game just for the fact that on Shinji's character trailer um her he has her as a part of one of his abilities. So just the fact that she is in here, like if she's in the game like this, leads me to believe that she's not gonna be in the game as her own character. Now, the only other example of this is not probably, but the only other example of this is this guy. I'm not a big fan of this guy, so yeah, I didn't have to say that. I just don't like him so much that I had to let it be known. Sorry, but this is the only character who has a character who's not in the game as a part of his one of their abilities, right? Let's just play them full here, I guess. Right now, the only other character who's most likely gonna have an ability like this is Stark of the Espada. Let me pull him up right fast. Sure, Stark. Here it is. He's mostly gonna have an ability like that with her right here, and that's probably about it. That's probably about it. Now, that's why I don't really think they're gonna be adding the advisor group into the game's base roster. And remember, no, I don't even have to say remember. I don't even have to say remember. But yeah, that's about it. I think we're ending the game's base roster with a clean cut 35 characters, and maybe they could add the advisor group into the game as DLC. Now, I've talked about DLC a decent amount on this channel, and my prediction for the most DLC characters or the most season passes was we have the Thousand Year Blood War as one. We have damn, I can't even really remember. I can't even really remember. I remember Thousand Year Blood War is one. The second DLC, what was it? What was it? What was it? I cannot remember. Hold on. Let me jog my memory. Hmm. No, I just cannot remember. I cannot remember. I remember me saying that we're most likely gonna be getting another Thousand Year Blood War DLC because there's so much that they could do with that. Like they could add the Royal Guard, they could add the Retsu, they could add a lot. They could add a lot. I remember that's about it. I remember talking about like the Hollows and other members, like other Arankars, something like that. No, it was a group, wasn't it? Wasn't it a group of characters? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, now I remember. Now I remember. It was the Quincy. It was the Quincy. So this was the DLC prediction list. This how it was went. This how it went. Um, that was the Year Blood War for the first DLC. Second DLC, something with the maybe more Aron cars or something like that. The third one was the Quincy, right? More Quincy characters or just Quincy characters in general. And the fourth one was the Royal Guard or Retsu, being added in as DLC. Now we can change now that we've talked about the Visored group. We can change out the Aron car or the Hollowed on the DLC theory idea and actually put the Visored in there, right? So that makes the most sense. All right, so we're coming to the end of the video. So this is most likely what's gonna happen. Visored isn't gonna be added into the game as added into the game's base roster, but they're gonna be added in as DLC. So this is how the DLC is looking, right? For the season passes. First season pass confirmed. Thousand Year Blood War. Second DLC pass, season pass, Visor group. Get 4 characters out of that. Third one, um, Quincy from Thousand Year Blood War. Fourth one, um, Thousand Year Blood War again. Most likely gonna be the Royal Guard or well and Retsu right? Yeah, cause if we're getting another Thousand Year Blood War DLC, go ahead and put Retsu in there for sure. All right, that's gonna be it for today's video. I hope that you guys were able to understand what I was saying, because I know I was kind of all over the place, but I hope I was able to get across my points. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. That'll be it for today. Until next time.